What's up, guys? This is the Violent Casket, home to lamest taste. My name is Nick, and you can check out my YouTube and Twitch at The Violent Casket, all one word, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, the bell for much, much more. Remember, we're on every week doing all sorts of videos, including our main thing, the weekly comic book review. Every single week, 2 to 3 years now, we talk about comics. Every Wednesday, we get the comics, we read the comics, we bag and board the comics, take pictures in the light box for the Instagram at Violent Casket Comics, many little write-ups there. And then we sit down with you guys and we talk about them. We go Indies, Marvel, DC. We rate them 1 through 10, and at the end, I give you a top 5. Let's get right into it, because this is the third time I've tried to make this video, and I'm really getting tired of it. But I had a really good week. It was a good week, good books. So we're going to get into Indies with IDW. This is issue 1 of The Hunger and the Dust. I don't normally do IDW. I have given them a chance with Transformers with mini series before, and it's never worked out, but this issue was awesome. It gave me very strong manga vibes with Overlord and In Another World with My Smartphone and Furion or whatever it is. Really cool. I like the color, I like the art, I like the story, I like how things felt. I'm very excited for issue 2 to come out. With that being said, this is a solid 8 out of 10. Moving on to Dynamite. If you know, I've really enjoyed their Disney licenses, and this is the first real original thing, kind of. They did the Gargoyle series, they're doing the Gargoyle series, which I've really liked, but that's like kind of based off of events that is connected to the show, that was established, new things, but still tied to the show. This is Gargoyles Dark Ages, issue 1. This is based off like lore, kind of flashback stuff, but is basically, in my opinion, a brand new concept tying in these characters. We get to see some of the characters we know established as their younger selves, very new, very fresh to the world, and older people and characters we don't know, haven't seen before, kind of get the light, the shine, the limelight. There we go. Really cool. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. It impressed me so well. I can't wait for the rest of the series. I hope it's an ongoing and not a mini. Very impressive. With that being said, we move on to Marvel with issue 4 variant cover of Planet of the Apes. I had some issues going in, hoping that they didn't do certain things, and they didn't. This was told in a weird way. It was a weird story. I did like the artwork, I did like the visualization, and I did like the concept that the humans need to fight these human terrorists relying on the apes, and they didn't believe that it was possible that they were saving people on their own, but they were. And it's really cool action scenes, really cool series. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm assuming this is going to be like the other 20th Century Studio sub-brand stuff, where it's multiple series telling multiple stories, and this is just the first series. I'm going to give this a 7.5, and we're going to move on to Miles Morales issue 8, Miles Morales Spider-Man. This is the return of Hobgoblin. I'm not sure which Hobgoblin, but he was drawn incredibly well here. I enjoyed the beginning of this issue because it gave me feels of the previous series that I really enjoyed of Miles. Just my only issue was, where was Genki? I don't know, but whatever. I like how he's dealing with his, like, vocalizing the fact that, hey, like, I'm having this issue with my spider sense. I don't know what to do. I'm still mad that they switched back to this costume without really explaining why or where the old costume went. This costume should be for Shift, which we still haven't really seen Shift either. So, like, they kind of just wrote Shift out. They wrote out the costume, and they are, I guess, putting Genki on the sideline, where this is like a pretty big friend moment that he should have been around for. Him and Starly fighting was really cool. I think we're going to get some Goblin Queen stuff. I am really enjoying this. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Moving on to 29 of The Amazing Spider-Man, where Peter's doing some cool stuff. They're clearly leaning in on the Superior Spider-Man, which was announced. So there's the whole Doc Ock story. This is like the third part. They're really like this, they both don't remember that part of their lives of Superior Spider-Man, so like things are starting to unravel, things are really starting to get there, and you can see it here, and I'm excited for it. I am really excited to see where they go with that. Big fan of this. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Moving on to DC, we have issue, what is this, 4 out of 7 of the Unstoppable Doom Patrol. I did like this issue. A lot of therapy stuff. Mentioned in Miles too is therapy. But this was like very interesting. I like how they're forming a team to save and help out metahumans post Lazarus. So really enjoying that. I like how like they laid out like potential plots and like subplots, all sorts of stuff in this series. It was really well done and really well drawn. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Going into issue 1, Mark Waid returns with another World's Finest. This is World's Finest Teen Titans. My only gripe here was how this should be in the past kind of era, but they're like talking about social media and live streaming and drones, and they made it Speedy's entire personality. Speedy is even on the cover. Yes, he is. But I didn't like that, and I did like everything else. I liked the art, I liked the story, I liked everything else. I thought it was cool. I'm very excited to see where this goes. I just wish that they had made this make sense for timelines. Like if they're at this point and then they're adults, they should be talking about like sidekicks and Nextels and Blackberries, not streaming and drones and stuff like that. Whatever. Gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10 though. And then we're gonna move on to variant cover for Wildcats issue 9. We wrap up what's going on in the other world. We get to see more characters from Stormwatch and Wildstorm. We get Voodoo Girl, which is cool. More Backlash, all sorts of cool stuff. I'm excited to see where this goes. I can't wait to see like the two teams against each other. Really excited, really pumped. Pike and Backlash and the other guy that like can read minds, really cool team right there. And Maul was there also. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Then we're gonna wrap up with issue 10 of the A cover of Batman Incorporated. The Joker Incorporated stuff is still going on. I really like, they're pushing limits here, and I really like it. It's very emotional. It's very well done. I'm really enjoying this series. It's one of my favorites out right now. I highly recommend it. I do not want to spoil this because this is good. I'm going to give this an 8.5 also. So with that being said, we're going to quickly go over my top 5. Yeah, I think that's it. So Miles is 5, Wild is 4, and then I'm gonna do Batman at 3, Gargoyles at Hunger and Dust at 2, and then Gargoyles at 1. It was really close between Hunger and Gargoyles. I know it's really weird to put the two indie number ones at 1 and 2, but I think Gargoyles doesn't feel like a number 1 because it's coming off of another series, and Hunger and Dust feels good. It feels like it's gonna be good. With that being said, guys, this is the Vinyl Casket, home to Lamest Taste. You can check me out on YouTube at the Vinyl Casket, all one word, as well as Twitch, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, the bell for much more. Check out the Instagram at Vinyl Casket Comics for mini write-ups on these books coming throughout the next week. And tune into the playlist where I have all the comic book reviews I've been doing for the last 3 years. Also, knocked over Zaku. Do me a favor, please. Stay lame.